Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Tune and sit on down because today we're going to be talking about the most haunted places in the entire world. We've done America. There might be more things to talk about in America because they are a part of the world. We've also talked about haunted objects. A lot of haunts. But today we're going worldwide, baby, because October is the scariest time of the year. And what better way to get into Halloween spirit than exploring some of the strangest and most terrifying places known to man? In the past, we've explored the scariest places across the United States, but now it's time to branch out and discover what the rest of the world has to offer, which no one is as old as the United States, so I doubt it's any. From the cold and mysterious castles found in Europe to the haunted temples in Asia to the cursed tombs of Africa, there truly isn't anywhere on the planet that the dead don't inhabit. The ghosts, they go everywhere.
Even underground?
They might be underground. So get ready as we cover some insane or unique haunts that are sure to cause a scare. The first stop on our journey takes us across the pond over to the where one of the most haunted places in the world is set to reside. Though you wouldn't think it at first glance, the Tower of London has terrorized people for centuries. Where's Tower of London? Not where is it, but what is it like Big Ben?
No.
Not Big Ben.
It's not Big Ben, is Big Ben.
Is Big Ben the one that's by the bridge?
Yes, the London Bridge.
That has to be haunted too. It's falling down.
That's true, yeah.
Well, it's a little early in the morning when we're recording here, so give me a little break. Originally built in 1078. What?
It's old.
God damn. Originally built in 1078. Holy hell. God damn, give the motherfucker facelift. Have they touched it since then? Surely they had. Okay. The Tower of London has housed both royalty and some of the most notorious criminals in the history. The 18-acre half prison, half palace is situated on the River Thames in central London and was a functioning prison up until 1952, when it closed its doors and reopened as a tourist attraction. I don't really know if I like the idea of I'm royalty and I live here. Also, there's prisoners in the same building as me.
That seems unsafe. Maybe they enjoyed having prisoners.
Yeah, royalty's white noise for sleeping wasn't just like monkeys and jungle music. It was like in like waves. It's people screaming and getting whipped. Many of the royal residents who ruled over the had received exotic animals as gifts and stored them in that tower. This ranged from monkeys to lions, and in one instance, a polar bear. And in 1251, King Henry III received a white bear from the King of Norway and housed it in the Tower of London Menagerie, where it lived out its days swimming in the river and eating fish. I still don't think that's probably a good time for it. A big white bear. Play in the gray water. Eat our trash fish in the gray water. Now he turns into a black bear. He used to be white. He's gray. However, several witnesses claim to have seen a ghostly white bear wandering the complex.
Whoa, haunted bear.
I really didn't even think about animals haunting.
I didn't know they could haunt.
I thought animals didn't have souls.
Maybe this bear was reincarnated, or the person was reincarnated as a bear, and then, died, and now it's ghost haunts.
Would you rather be haunted by a bear or a man?
I feel like a bear would be way scarier than a man.
I don't know. In 1816, a night guard heard strange sounds coming from the jewel room and decided to investigate. He definitely wasn't stealing. Did you guys hear that? When he opened the door, he saw a large white bear standing in the darkness. What the fuck was the bear doing there? Shocked by this, he thrust his bayonet at the beast, only for it to pass through and stab the wall behind it. Oh. The guard was later found in a state of shock and taken to the guard's barracks, where he was inspected. The head guard found no signs of intoxication, all while the guard was silently mumbling about what he had seen. What do you think it really was? He obviously went in there to steal jewels.
Yeah.
What if it was like just a large fat man?
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, and then you mistake it for a bear. The guy comes up later, he's like looking at him in the hospital room. What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Rest your weary eyes, Godsman. You don't want to get haunted again, do you? Not long after the incident, the guard went completely insane and died from shock. I bet you that was probably syphilis or something.
I was gonna say too, it could have been some kind of hallucination.
Yeah, he probably was like fucking whores on the side. He's like, I work for the queen. These fucking dirty ass whores, whatever. He gets a dirty cock, turns his brain to mashed potatoes. All of a sudden he's like, White Bear. White Bear goes White Bear. Around the same time, Edmund Linthal Swift, who would find the frightened guardsman, also had a scare of his own. One night, Edmund brought his family to Anne Boleyn's room in the Martin Tower, where she had been held before her execution. And after closing all the blinds and locking the doors, the family saw a pill-shaped apparition form in the middle of the room. The pale white phantom traveled to each person, sitting at the table in the middle of the room before stopping above Edmund's wife. Before she could move, the pill shot down onto her shoulder, forcing her to crouch in pain and yell, "Oh, Christ, it has seized me!" As soon as she yelled, Edmund grabbed a chair and threw it at his wife. She's like, I think I have shoulder pain, causing the ghost to disappear. Oh my God, thank God.
I feel like that was a bit of an overreaction.
She's like a broken jaw, like a broken nose, and her like eyes all swollen. He's like, my God, dear, you are haunted. May the evil spirits stay away from you, my love. To this day, it is known as the Phantom Lava Lamp and is said to haunt that very room. I don't like that. That scares me. I also don't, you know what it is? It's psychological damage. I'm too weak-minded for if someone's just like, it's haunted in there, I'm gonna immediately be like, what is that? I saw a pill. King Henry VIII is responsible for many of the ghosts found at the tower, so it's no surprise to see him lurking around. In 1890, a sentry guard was doing his round when he heard someone call his name, where he turned around and he saw a bloated face of King Henry. He claimed that Henry's face was deep red and drooling at the mouth. After calling his name, the spirit chased the guard down the hallway before it soon disappeared. You know what's so weird is that a lot of these like superstitions and folk tales and stuff, it's probably just other people fucking with each other. Hey, Brigham, I'll hate you. And then there's another. And that changes that man's life forever.
Also, these people are deeply, deeply religious.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And then you feel bad too because now the guy's just like, he's gone into shock. He can't speak anymore. And the other guys who bolded the prank are like, Just want to take a second to thank our sponsor, GamerSubs, for being one of our best sponsors, if not the best sponsor on this channel, and for giving us so much support, and for having amazing, tasty, quality products like our own flavor, raw meat, that you can order right now. It's amazing energy supplement. There's caffeine-free options, and everything has 0 sugar, baby. So if you're trying to get off the sody pops and get into something tasty, consider raw meat GamerSubs. I'm telling you, it's amazing. You can't go wrong with any of their flavors, and they also have big-tittied anime shakers that, you know, if you get your rocks off to that, I consider it because they're pretty sexy. It gets me stiff in my pants. So thank you, GamerSubs, for sponsoring this episode. And hey, check out raw meat. It's seriously the best flavor. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Raw meat, if you're trying to get a nice caffeinated beverage. Thank you. Back to the video. Anne Boleyn was the second wife of King Henry and was charged with incest and adultery after being unable to bear a male heir. Fair. She was beheaded for her crimes and has been seen walking around with her head in her hands. Just down the road from the Tower of London is the world's most haunted pub called the Grenadier. It was built in the 1720s as a barracks for soldiers, and it wasn't until a century later that the building was converted into a bar. And shortly after it was converted, a soldier named Cedric was beaten to death in the basement after getting caught cheating during a card game. Fair. It's just so funny back in the day, like, hey, he cheated at this game. All right, let's kill him.
Do you think he was just doing really good and...
I have a sneaking suspicion he's like, I hate to say it, but it's a full house again. All right, boys. You know what I mean? Like, since then, it is said that his spirit haunts the pub and torments guests. On more than one occasion, people have witnessed a cigarette being smoked by itself. And one person even claimed to have been burned by an invisible cigarette, which is kind of fun. I like this because he's a ghost and he's smoking real cigarettes. And then he is also like, you know what? You know what? Fuck you. Put that in your neck.
Yeah, also, I like how that is definitely just some guy, other soldiers fucking with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just flicking. Yeah.
People are probably so gullible, too. They're like, I got burned by a ghost. Instead of, like, looking around and being like, did you burn me? I bet you that was never said. What'd you do?
Also, this is a pub filled with drunk people.
Yeah. Oh. Other patrons have claimed to have seen a spectral soldier in mirrors and photos taken in the bar. Cedric is also known to create cold spots, rearrange furniture, and cause people to feel depressed, along with feelings of being watched. These are all extremely common things, I feel like, in a bar. Oh, I kind of feel a bit sad. Sit there chugging on beer the whole night. Oh my God. Who's watching me?
Yeah, it's a packed room.
Yeah. Are you looking at me? I feel like I'm being watched. Also, like, probably, like, just smell like shit. Just a total slosh. People are looking at me, ain't they? To appease the angry soldier customers, people stick money into the ceiling to cover his tab so he can continue his drink in the afterlife, which is kind of fun. See, I like little bits like that.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Los Angeles, I go to the Rainbow Bar and Grill. That's where Lemmy from Motorhead used to go. And I buy him a Jack and Coke. There's a little altar to him. Buy him a little Jack and Coke and put it at his altar every time. Nick's seen it. Fuck. Fly. The next stop on our journey takes us south to the Mediterranean, where the most haunted island in the world is located. Poveglia.
I think that's how you say it.
Poveglia is a small island located in northern Italy and is home to a former plague hospital turned mental institute. That only makes total sense to me. Let's just change it. I mean, people are probably, after a while, they're like, it's fine. Just swap it over. People have been living on the island since the 400s, but it wasn't until the 1500s that it became a quarantine zone for the plague. After the plague ended, the area was abandoned until 1922 when it was repurposed as a psychiatric ward. Today, it sits abandoned and barred from the public for 60 years after the ward closed in 1968. Now, it is a hotspot for ghost hunters who get special permission to investigate there. And what makes this place so haunted is the mass graves that house thousands of plague victims all across the island. Many who have set foot on the property claim that it is 50% dirt and 50% human ash.
That's a lot of ash.
That's a lot of ash. Locals call it the Island of Ghosts because of how many spirits have been spotted. The most well-known specter is that of a mad doctor who jumped to his death in the bell tower. During his tenure at the psych ward, he performed hundreds of lobotomies that left people debilitated and in severe pain. Shortly after his death, ghost hunters claim to have contacted the doctor and sometimes see him roaming the halls. And in 2009, thank God we got here, Zach Bagans and the Ghost Adventure crew were granted access to the island to investigate, where there they claim to speak with multiple victims of the doctor. Go ahead and show one.
Che qualquer spirito qui. Oh, man, I'm gonna try some English here just to see what happens.
That's hard-hitting proof. But the episode's most notable highlight was when Zach got possessed by a demon and freaked out at his camera crew.
Me?
Yeah, I said you!
Whoa. Stop, dude.
Got it!
This is gold. I love it. You know how many times this has happened?
A lot.
Motherfucker gets possessed all the time.
He's around a lot of demons.
He's around a lot of demons, but after a while, it's like, goddamn, Zach, do you not have any other precautions? He said that he got so haunted that he became, like, blind. That's why he has to wear glasses, right?
Yeah, special glasses.
I feel like there's so many episodes where literally he gets possessed and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. I think it's a mixture of cocaine. I think it's a mixture of a little bit of alcohol. You're trying to tell me that Zach Bagans doesn't go around carrying a flask of peach schnapps?
I believe it. You know.
I would believe it in a heartbeat. He does a little bump, takes a little swig, and I think he takes like horse testosterone or something. He's sitting there and he's just like all wired up. Punching hole in drywalls and shit. I mean, I wonder how many cases that he's gotten possessed where he's like freaks out the crew.
I bet.
Or members of his crew freak out on them too.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a lot.
Did he get possessed at Hell House?
No, I think his cameraman did, and then he did, which is my favorite part. Because I'm pretty sure he sat there like, dude, Zach, what is going on? He's just like, dude, I became so violent, I feel like I wanted to kill you. While cursing and filling his arms in the pitch dark, he began to punch the walls and wander aimlessly through the chapel. It took 5 minutes of freaking out before one of the other co-hosts, Nick, came over and performed an exorcism on Zach by telling the spirit to let it go, which I do love a drive-by exorcism. I do love how easy exorcisms can be. Hey, you're gone. Hey, let go of him. Thank you. He's a powerful priest. No fisherman dares go near the island, believing that it is cursed with dangerous spirits, other than the Mad Doctor, of course. Locals are fully convinced that the island is infested with vampires.
What? Ghosts and vampires.
I didn't realize we were going to be touching on vampires in this haunting video. Yeah. If you're attacked by a vampire, it is technically kind of a haunting because it is a dead man.
It's true. Yeah, undead.
We kind of skirted the game, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, a little bit.
This is because multiple bodies were unearthed with stones and even blood in their mouth, leaving many to believe that they were recently up and walking around feasting on human blood. There's probably people fucking, you know this, what's horrifying is when people are like, he's dead, and they bury him, and the people wake up, and they're like, oh my god, he's a zombie trying to get out, and no, it's just a guy trying to claw his way out of the fucking, that is my nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's why I almost like, I want to have like a little pill, in case anything happens, I could be like, oh, I'm done.
See, I would just have a contingency where it's like, if you're gonna bury me, cut my head off.
I kind of like that idea. I feel like that. I wish that was kind of a more normal thing. Also, I think that's also why the Vikings did it, right? You just set them off, and you fucking burn the fucking thing. Do you think? How many times do you think they were done the float? You know, oh Fjord, I miss you, oh. And they fire it, and the guy's like, oh, ah, ah! Are they like, oh no? And they go swimming, or are they like, oh, it's done?
It's done.
I can hear a scream, so the afterlife, he's happy. Let's move away from Europe. Fuck Europe. Just kidding. I don't know. The Valley of the Kings is one of the most important archaeological discoveries in history, but it is also one of the most haunted places on Earth. The first tombs were constructed around 1500 BCE, and for thousands of years, Egyptian pharaohs and nobles were buried in the lavish rooms. Also, I just want to say, I watch some people, there's like YouTube videos, people like being like, oh, I'm going into the Valley of Kings or whatever, the tombs and the pyramids. No. I'm so claustrophobic. Try not having a panic attack watching one of those videos. Go ahead. Watch a guy go up these stairs. Like there's this hallway to get to the king's room. You have to go up this huge, steep, narrow thing, but also it's one way. So people are also coming down. So you're like trapped in this thing and there's like, watch a video and try not to have a panic attack. Go ahead. Challenge impossible. However, it would remain relatively untouched until 1922, when Egyptologist Howard Carter discovered King Tut's tomb and unleashed the mummy's curse, which, you know, that everyone knows King Tut, but, and then everyone, you know, there's a lot of movies about mummies and all that kind of stuff, but the string of events that happened after that motherfucker opened that tomb is kind of odd. I will say that. As soon as the tomb was open, nearly everyone tied to it began to die off in mysterious ways. This is no shit. It's very weird. To the point where I'm like, this might be the only story on here where I'm like, The first one to go was George Herbert. He was at the tomb when it was open and paid for the entire expedition. He died from mosquito bite that led to blood poisoning only 4 months after the initial opening of the tomb. Which you could be like, all right, hey, it's a mosquito bite. It's gonna happen. I mean, what the fuck? You're in Africa. There's like marshy, swampy area. There's gonna be mosquitoes everywhere. Next up was George Gould, who simply visited the tomb before succumbing to a fever 5 months later. A little more suspicious, right? Yeah. Motherfucker just all of a sudden got a fever. Come on. I don't know. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed was invited by Howard to perform the x-rays on Tut's body, but died from cancer related to x-rays before he could make it to the tomb, which, to be fair, they probably didn't have very safety good precautions for the x-rays back in the day, but still kind of scary. The next two to die were Asa Mays, who worked with Howard Carter to excavate the tomb, and the other was the Honorable Mervyn Robert Howard Molecule whatever Herbert, a cricket player and the half-brother of George Herbert, and he too was one of the first people to enter the tomb. Long name, too long of a name. You gotta die. Both men would die of pneumonia a few years after the tomb was open and a year apart from each other, which seems just a bit odd.
Yeah, this is...
For noblemen, for people who have like money and stuff at the time, and also that their deaths were almost like a year apart, exactly a year apart.
Yeah, this is very suspicious.
Sure, the mosquito bite guy, right? Sure, the x-ray doctor that didn't use any safety precautions and he's given x-rays every 7 minutes as practice. Sure. And the other guys? I don't know. Howard's secretary would be smothered with a pillow Howard's secretary would be smothered with a pillow while at a bath club. Edgar Steele, the man in charge of the artifacts from the tomb at the museum, died from stomach illness believed to have been caused by foul play. So now people are just getting murdered, all right? And lastly, another museum worker in charge of displays was found dead in his bed from an unknown cause. An unknown cause! Just dead. He's gone. Do you think it was that easy? And the mummy got him. Yeah, I mean, they like walk in. Oh, boy. We knew it was gonna happen. He's just on the bed like... All of these deaths occurred within 12 years of the tomb being opened, and all of them had connections to the tomb, all right? And many have speculated that there's a scientific explanation for the deaths, but others believe it was the curse or even the result of satanic worship, which I don't know about that last part, but I do think that could have been the mummy stuff. Aleister Crowley believed in the occult and described himself as a religious prophet. Though he wasn't at the tomb's unveiling, he was in the same circle as all the men who died. Crowley was known for performing ritual magic, and his diary entries contained multiple references to specific times, methods, and religious symbolism associated with some of the deaths that happened from the people in the tomb. I just imagine they're all just like, I want to hang out with Crowley. He has a big funny hat. Why not? It's also important to note that Crowley was in London at the same time of each of these deaths. Like, or just like make it like, I think he did it. And all of those convicted of the crimes were his friends. If you manage to escape the curse of the mummy, you can expect to see plenty of other ghosts walking the valley at night. The most commonly spotted is a chariot driven by a small man who rides only at midnight. It is said that the sounds of horses pounding on the ground and whips cracking are common before it approaches. Witnesses describe the chariot differently, with some claiming it blazed as it passed by. It's totally lit on fire. I know it's just not a little guy.
The ghost is clear.
And he like gets on his chariot, he's like, whoosh, rides off. It's not people, not because the world is so cruel, people won't point and laugh at him.
Oh, they're not scared of him anymore.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's the only time he can ride is at midnight, you know, or because you get pestered by so many fucking tourist trap people. He's like,
Only time I can ride is during the night. Yeah, there's no one there.
Our last stop takes us to a little closer to home on an island just south of Mexico City, known as the Doll Island. Julian Barrera was a simple man who owned an island in
Milco Canals.
While he lived a relatively normal life, he would often collect dolls and nail them to the trees, as well as hang them from branches, believing it would prevent him from evil spirits. Or he was a psychopath, and that's just scary. As the collection grew, the dolls began to talk to him and soothe him to sleep. He would go to the dumps and look for dolls to bring back to his island, where he would dress them up before hanging them alongside the others. Though the exact reason why he started collecting them in the first place is unknown, most people believe it's because a young girl drowned near his island that he collects dolls. Probably to appease the ghost.
Exactly. I feel like he drowned the young girl.
We don't know that. You're making assumptions that are probably true, but we don't know. The story goes that the girl was swept away by the current while playing with her sister. Her body, along with the doll, floated to Julian's island, where the dolls spoke to him in the girl's voice, demanding the doll back. Annabelle. Annabelle reference. So to ward off evil spirits, he nailed the dolls to the trees, but one doll wasn't enough, so he continued to hang more to appease the angry spirit. The more dolls he collected, the more word spread about his island, and eventually people were leaving their own dolls. And in total, there are over 4,000 dolls, making it the Guinness World Record holder for world's largest collection of haunted dolls. All of this went on until 2001, when Julian and his nephew were out fishing. While on the boat, Julian exclaimed to his nephew that there were mermaids in the water singing to him. What? Before his nephew could even react, the old man was found dead, face down in the water, allegedly in the same place where the girl had been found. After his death, the island only seemed to get worse as other people began to see and hear some mermaids in the canals around the island. And throughout the island, thousands of dolls are said to move and talk during the night, but there are a few dolls in particular that paranormal investigators are interested in. The first doll ever hung up is inside Julian's former one-bedroom home. Numerous people who have gone near it have claimed to hear it talk and demand for more dolls on the island, which is fucking creepy. Also, just want to say too, the visual of tons of those, and then to think at night they all start talking, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool visual.
4,000 dolls talking.
4,000 dolls being like, I need more dolls. No wonder Julian's just like, the mermaid sing to me. You know what I mean? Bring me your doll, I need Beanie Baby. You bring me Beanie Baby hanging on tree. The second doll, Augusta Tinta, was said to be Julian's favorite and the one that he would talk to the most. It is said that when Julian was alive, the doll would walk around the island at night, protecting him and even curing his illnesses. The fuck kind of Christ-like doll is this thing? Fuck's sakes. I have a woman in my ear.
Augustina, heal me.
Augustina, doll. Heal me. I need to be healed. There's a small shrine that surrounds Augustina where people leave small offerings in hopes that she will protect them too, which is fun. I like that. With so much death and destruction in the world, it's no surprise that nearly every place on Earth is haunted in some form. While we might have covered hauntings from faraway places, it's still good to check your surroundings. You never know who's watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hey guys, stay haunted. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.